Hi lovely people, welcome to this chest opening, heart opening yoga practice. Today's practice will be a yin class, so we will be taking our time, we'll be moving slower and staying in the postures for a while to really help you relax into them. For today's class you will be needing 2 yoga blocks, possibly a blanket for underneath your knees, and then I also recommend having seated on it either a meditation pillow, a bolster, or some sort of firm cushion. You could even fold up some blankets really tight, roll them up a little bit and use those. So if you are ready, come and take a seat on your mat and let's begin. Just find a comfortable seat for a moment, gently closing your eyes. We'll take 3 nice deep breaths together. So nice deep inhale through your nose. And let it go with a sigh. 2 more nice deep breath in. And release. Nice deep breath in. And this time exhaling very gently, silently. Right, open up your eyes and then we'll be coming onto our hands and our knees for our first yin posture. Grab your yoga blocks. We are placing those about shoulder width distance in front of you, and we are coming onto our hands and our knees. Now, if you have sensitive knees, feel free to place a blanket or a towel underneath your knees for a bit more cushioning. Otherwise, you can just keep your knees hip width distance underneath your hips, and then we'll be coming into our posture. So we are going to lower our chest down towards our mat, placing our elbows onto our blocks. Keeping the elbows bent, hands can come together and lower your forehead down towards your mat. You can bring your hands all the way back towards your shoulders and then really try to relax into it, just allowing gravity to do work. With each exhale, allowing your chest to melt slightly further towards your mat. You can try to gently lengthen your exhale, which is a really nice trick to help calm down your nervous system and through that your body. Just allowing your body to know that it's safe, it's okay to relax. Really try to soften through your shoulders, your back, your chest. And let's take a last nice deep breath here in the posture. And then to come out, gently straighten out your arms. Lift your head and then very gently coming back out of the posture. Placing your knees together, big toes together. Allow your chest to melt over your knees. Forehead to rest onto your mat, coming into child's pose. A really nice counter posture. Again, really just allowing your body to relax into it. Feeling a nice space in between the shoulders and the back. Let's take one more nice deep breath here. And then gently find your way back out of the posture. Alright. Then find your way onto your back, taking your block with you. Plant your feet onto your mat so your knees are bent. Then gently lift up your hips and then placing your block underneath your hips. And you want to have them slightly closer towards your bum than towards your back. So it might take a moment to find a nice supportive spot. And if you found one, you can gently straighten out your legs to come into the full posture. Feel free to just let your arms rest slightly away from the body, which will really help to again open up the chest area. Maybe closing your eyes and then really relaxing into the posture. The higher you have your block, the more intense the posture will be. So feel free to play around with the height of your block. Maybe put it on a higher setting. Maybe even stacking two blocks on top of each other. Just don't recommend using the highest setting because it can feel a little bit unstable. So if you want a higher version, maybe just go for two blocks rather than one on the highest setting. Unless you have very thick square blocks. Really try to focus your attention on your breath. Finding a nice deep but gentle breaths. Again, maybe gently lengthening your exhales. Let's take one more nice deep breath here in the posture. And then to come out gently, plant your feet back onto your mat. Taking your time, might be a little bit sensitive. Lifting your hips. And then remove the block from underneath, bringing your back onto your mat. Might feel nice to place your feet mat width distance and allowing your knees to fall into each other. Might also be really nice to just take your knees into your chest for a moment. Whatever you choose, just take a moment to feel that nice contact of your back and your mat. Maybe making any small movements you feel like you need. Taking one more nice deep breath here. Okay, and gently locate your bolster or firm pillow. Place that onto your mat. And then we are going to be coming to lay on top of that with our upper back, with our shoulders basically. Okay, so feel free to allow your head to just rest onto your mat. If it either doesn't reach your mat or if it's really uncomfortable, you can grab a block or a second pillow and use that as a little pillow. So feel free to play around with that. I'm just going to do so with that. From there, allow your arms to come out towards the side. So you're really playing into that nice opening of the chest area. And then just straightening out your legs. If you would like to have a nice hip opener with this as well, you can bend your knees, placing your soles of the feet together and just allowing your knees to fall open, coming into a Supta Baddha Konasana variation. So feel free to take that if that feels good for you. Otherwise, you can just stay here with your legs straight. Also, if you have a meditation cushion like I have, you can also put it on its side, which is something I like to do, which will make it a bit more narrow, but also higher. So you can really just come and lay on top of that and just allowing your head to rest onto the back of the pillow, basically. So make it even more intense, so really feel what feels doable for you. And really just relaxing back into it. Allowing gravity to do the work. You have a really nice opportunity to breathe into your chest area, so really feeling the expansion on your inhale. The gentle relaxation, softening of the exhale. So if that feels good for you, feel free to bring your focus there. Let's take one last nice deep breath here in the posture. And gently take your chin back into the chest. Find your way back up. Again, might be a little bit sensitive, so really take your time to come out. And then come and lay down onto your belly. Placing your hands on top of each other, just allowing your forehead to rest on top of your hands for a moment. Again, feel free to make any small movements you feel like you need. Last breath here. Straighten out your right arm right out towards the side, so in a straight line from the shoulder. If there's not enough space, you can also put your elbow in a 90-degree angle, so kind of making a cactus arm. But just try to keep your elbow and your shoulder in one line. From there, plant your left hand onto your mat and then gently rolling onto your side. You can keep your left foot behind you or even straighten out your entire leg to make it more intense. And then if you want, you can gently push into the mat with your left hand to make it more intense, or even bring it all the way behind your back. And then try to relax back into it. I know this can feel pretty intense, but just see how much you can let go. If at any point you feel like your arm starts to fall asleep, gently come back out, give it some space. And then once it feels normal, you can gently come back into it. Let's take a last breath here. And very gently going back onto the belly. Again, it might be a little bit sensitive, so take your time. Just placing your hands back on top of each other and taking a moment to rest here again. Also feel free to make any movements if you feel like you need them. So maybe just roll out your shoulders for a moment. And we are going to repeat that on the other side. So once you're ready, straighten out your left arm. Again, if there's not enough space like I have on this side, feel free to use a 90-degree angle with your elbow. Then rolling onto your left side. Either planting your foot on your mat or straightening out your entire leg to make it slightly more intense. And then again, you can either keep your hand on your mat or bring it all the way behind you for a slightly more intense variation. So again, just notice what feels good for you, what's doable. And then trying to relax into it. Here too, I know it's intense. This side actually feels a little bit more tense for me. which you might notice that one side is a little bit more tense than the other. That's normal, that's okay. Really trying to keep your breathing nice and even, nice and deep but gentle. And let's take a last breath here in the posture. From there, gently find your way back out. Again, it might be a little bit sensitive, so take your time. And then coming all the way onto your back to come into Shavasana for the final relaxation. So just find a nice comfortable position lying down on your back. Legs stretched out, allowing your feet to fall open. Hands slightly away from the body with the palms facing up. And gently closing your eyes. Really take a moment to feel the contact of your body and your mat. Allowing yourself to melt into your mat. Letting go of any tension. Just take a rest. Relax. If you would like a longer guided Shavasana, I will make sure to have one up for you on the screen and in the cards. So feel free to take that one if you like, otherwise just staying here for a few breaths. If you would like to stay longer, which I highly recommend, feel free to do so. Otherwise, if you're ready to come out, gently bring some small movements back into your fingers, your toes, hands and feet. Just gently allowing the movements to become a little bit bigger. Maybe giving yourself a nice big stretch or making yourself small, so whatever feels good for your body. And gently find your way back up into a seated position to close off our practice. Okay, so still keeping your eyes closed for a moment. On your inhale, circling your arms all the way up until your hands touch overhead. And exhale, gently bring them down in front of your chest. Take a nice deep breath for yourself. Take a nice deep breath for someone you love. Finally, taking a nice deep breath for the world in which we live. And gently bowing down towards yourself to thank yourself for your practice and that you took the time out of your day to follow the class. You can gently open up your eyes again. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you would like to practice on, I will have some up on the screen for you. And if not, I wish you a lovely rest of your day and I hope to see you soon. Bye!